Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is 9 p.m. here in the UK. I hope you are keeping well. I hope you're having a lovely day. My name is Jon Hart and I am a fingerstyle singer-songwriter from the UK, and I can't wait for this concert. Thank you so much to everybody at ToneWoodAmp for inviting me. They're doing an incredible thing, and they're giving away their day's revenue for every artist that features on here to help us out with all our gigs and tours, etc. have been cancelled, including teaching and things. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for about an hour, and I'm going to play a few tunes and things as well, but please feel free to let me know who you are, where you're from, if you've got any questions about the setup, etc, etc. I did try and set up a fancier setup so you could see the pedal board and things, but it didn't work out. So anyway, I really hope you enjoy this, and I hope the sound is okay as well. So hello from me, hello from Spider-Man, and this one is called Wind Chime. eyes. Say I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to close my eyes. Sweet. How are we all doing? All right. So I thought we'll have a little chat at the same time. I hope you're all having a lovely day. So I just thought I'd answer any questions. Let's have a little look here very, very quickly. Sweet. Got some people from the US. Excellent. Yes, of course. I'll talk about the some of the effects I'm using. So I got it's 9 o'clock at night. So I've got a whiskey here for the old vocal and things. Right. So I use on here, obviously, good old Tonewood-Amp, and I mainly use the room effect for most things. And when it comes to solo guitar, I might then go on to plate, and I might go on to hall. Plate and room though are pretty much my favourite. There is another track I do, which I won't do today, because I'll be doing majority guitar and vocal, which is called Clock Room, and I sometimes do that with delay and things as well. I pretty much keep it to standard settings. I think it's like the gain's probably about 10, and then volume's up to about 20. I kind of, you know, it's out of the box and straight onto what I use. I use a pedal, which if some of you've heard it, yeah, I think Richie said there, yeah, you can probably hear the style. It's a TC Helicon Voice Live 3 Extreme, and so all I do is just turn off the reverb on the guitar, and what you hear is what you get with the cold clock and the Tonewood-Amp, and that's how you get all the vocal harmonies and things as well. In regards to, I think what Simon said, influences, actually as I started out, I didn't start out with any influences. I actually just got an acoustic guitar and I stuck a snare drum at the back of it. I carved a hole at the back of it, and then I went on stage and I started doing that, which was ridiculously rubbish, and then I sank deeper into the stage, and then the next day is when it was a sink or swim moment with my lecturer at the time, and then that's how I then went into fingerstyle guitar. I then discovered Candy Rap, as most fingerstyle guitarists, but actually it was Anton Dvoor that converted me over to the fingerstyle world. And then as I was getting into fingerstyle singing, I came across Newton Faulkner and John Gomm and Batera Sariola and those guys as well. Andy McKee and Preston Reed were on my radar and things, but actually it's a few others. But yeah, that's kind of influences wise. So yeah. I'm going to do a plate with this one. So how many of you have the Tonewood-Amp already? It's a magic device. It's probably for most of you, it came on my radar a couple of years ago, and it quickly became my must-have. And yeah, I haven't looked back since. So what I'll do is I'll do another track, and then I'll talk about not only the live aspect of it, but actually I recorded a whole album using the Tonewood-Amp, so I'll go into that as well. All right. Okay, this is a bit sort of traditional fingerstyle singer-songwriting.
Lights in your eyes are wide, deep. I close my eyes, buried in our soul. Life in your heart wide, I was so surprised. Buried in our soul. See the light, broken, unspoken. We cannot see the light, broken, unspoken. Ungiven tokens, and they cannot see the light, broken, unspoken. Ungiven tokens, light bulbs and night time, grow for a lifetime with a light. Light bulbs and night time will grow for a lifetime with a light. Oh.
awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hope it's sounding alright your end. Sweet, sweet, thank you very much, thank you. So yeah, I don't know if you can see above me, it's not self-promotion, well, it kind of is self-promotion, I suppose. But these are my 4 albums, and in the middle there is the yellow one, and that one's called Annual. And I took it upon myself to record the whole album with my Tonewood-Amp. Because it's one of those things, what I wanted to do is emulate everything I play in the rehearsal room, in the green room, live, so I can, and then also on the record. So it's one of those things, once you have a Tonewood-Amp, you don't go back, and that's the kind of feeling with reverb for me. So anyway, I went through the whole process where I DI'd the whole thing, as I'm doing right now, and using the inputs. I've got multiple sort of pickups and stuff as well. And then, so yeah, I use the output there, and then what I do is I use a stereo mic system. So I then get this full sound, and that's what I used for Annual. It's like a calendar concept album, so I did a track for every month of the year, and that was awesome. And I've been actually using the Tonewood-Amp for all of my singles, and ever since. I'm also in the middle of doing a 5th album, which is going to be like a progressive fingerstyle and piano album, with a best mate of mine and incredible musician Tony Blackwell. He's based in Orange County and I'm in UK, and it's just nice for us to get back together after 15 years to do this. Anyway, so I'm going to quickly do a tune up, but if you've got any questions, let me know, and I'll try and answer them for you. If you do like my music and you want to support me, or anything further, there is a link in the description. It's a Linktree link, so it will have a couple links there to my store and virtual tip jar and all that malarkey. If you're interested. So this next track, kind of like a fingerstyle folky number. What I like to do with my set, I don't want to just be the percussive guy, I don't want to just be the modern fingerstyle player, and I don't want to be the traditional fingerstyle player. I want to cater to all, and I want to have my set in that vibe as well. I do solo guitar stuff, and I think variety is always the key. Okay. So this track was for anybody who's gone through dark days, who's gone through anything with mental health, anything in their lives, any tragic event, and it's especially with COVID and lockdown and everything as well. Our mental health, or we've been going around like yo-yos. Anyway, I brought out this track a couple of years ago called "Lost at Sea," and it's all about that. It's basically trying to find light out of darkness. And the folky vibe seemed to have fit, and I did the video up in the Highlands in Scotland. And I hope you are all keeping well, keeping safe and keeping sane. And if you're not, then this is for you, and I hope this gives you a shed of light. This is called tuning. This is boring. Sorry, I forget to say, I have 5 different tunings throughout the set. I have like an open C9, so it's like, what is it? It's C, G, D, E, G, D. And then to do this, so that's for the first 2 tracks, and this is why I have to work it in sequence. I gradually build up to standard towards the end of the set. And then this song now is C, G, D, G, C, D. So I have to tune that second string up to a C. So. All right. Let's go for a bit of room again with this one. I think room is like my default. especially when you plug it in. I'm using an Acoustic 160. Okay, this is called Lost at Sea.
Lost at sea again, search for clarity, frozen in my web, fear and insecurity. Buried in the deep, broken at the core. Time to heal this red soul and climb back out this hole. And open up, seek the light. And open up, kiss the night. Open up. Storms won't let us fly, the pass by with the flow. Mindfulness is where it's at, the more you reach your know. If darkness does prevail, react with influence. Roll my bones will show the way with strength and confidence. And open up and seek the light. And open up and kiss the light. Open up.
All right. I'll talk and tune because this one goes up from C tuning, drop C tuning up to good old dad-gad area. So, thank you so much, Wendy. Yep, Rick, yep, Room. Definitely my favourite, and it's probably a lot of other people's favourites as well. So I'm going to go up to a drop D. So, how are you all doing? Let us know if you got any questions about setup or anything, or... And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a cover for you now. And if there's any Fleetwood Mac fans out there, basically I grew up in when I grew up in my dad's car. I didn't grow up in my dad's car, but you know, I used to listen to music in his car. And he used to play all kinds of things, which I thought was crap. And then obviously growing up, I realised it's my whole musical DNA. You know, from Floyd to Genesis to Pink Floyd and to Zepp, and you're just like, why did I call it why did I call it crap? But you know, just one of those things you say as a kid. Fleetwood Mac always sort of stood out for me, and that's why you sort of hear the vocal harmony things. Everything's all embedded from the roots of my past and things. And I grew up on a little island in the south of England called the Isle of Wight. And I now live in Surrey, England, with my wife and 2 young ones, 2 little hearts. Awesome, awesome. I would show you the little setup down here. Maybe I'll put up a little post if anyone's interested in the pedal board setup and things. Tell me so with your Tonewood-Amp, do you have a favourite setting? That isn't not setting, well yeah, your favourite setting, but a favourite location to go and play it. I mean, most of the time I'm in a green room and I have my Tonewood-Amp, or at the moment I have it for all my compositions, working out for the new album. It's just a magical piece of equipment, you know? Like a capo or strings or... Yeah, anyway, I could talk forever. Right. Bathroom, yeah. I won't tell you the title of this one. Most of you will probably get it. If you don't get it, you'll probably know the ending. So. just want to double check my Tonewood-Amp didn't actually come off there. All right, cool. I'm going to do 2 more for you lovely people, but I'm going to sort of spread it out. So, okay. So yeah, if anyone's interested, this is my Cole Clark. I call her Luna. She's custom, so that's where I got these inputs here. I have piezo, so that's where I plug the Tonewood-Amp into, and then I have magnetic here, which has a microphone built into it. So then I have this kind of stereo lead, which then feeds through to this pedal board, which goes into a digital mixer, a OC3 octave, which is pretty much every fingerstyle guitarist's pedal. They have that on every board. And then the TC Helicon along with the tuner and things. Like I said, I'll pop up a photo if anyone's interested in that sort of setup. Let us know as well if you're, you know, if you're a guitarist, but also are you a singer as well? If you are interested in this style, I'm actually going to be putting some courses and stuff together. I've got a free book, an ebook, it's 40 pages, called Introduction to Modern Fingerstyle and Singing. You can get that via the Linktree link, and that would just give you sort of basic breakdown if you want to do any modern percussive stuff. Along with, so on your right hand and then your left hand, I introduced something called hammer chords. So instead of just playing standard open chords and strumming, you actually do it with hammer-ons and pull-offs, and that way it kind of gives you the balance with left and right hand to be able to sing over the top and sort of introduce yourself into this style. If that interests you and you want to be kind of like this modern one-man band without a loop pedal, backing track or an ensemble, it's not a drum really, it's more, I call it sort of South American instruments like congas and gueros and things as well. It's just easy sometimes to say drums. So yeah, I'm going to be putting courses and things together down the line, hopefully. So yeah, let us know if you've got any questions about bits and bobs like that. So let's go into another track. And I've probably forgotten some bits and bobs, so I'll let the guys from Tonewood-Amp brief you on that. This is what happens when you perform 4 tracks, everything goes out of your head. So. And so this next track I wrote, it's like a folky thing, and it's percussive again. So again, I sort of go in and out of modern fingerstyle to traditional fingerstyle. And this next track is about the Isle of Wight, the island that I grew up on. Now I live, they call it the mainland. I live sort of South London now. And my relationship between the island and there. So the percussion represents the boat going over to the island. Some of the lyrics there are sort of reminiscent of the place. And then there's a section in the middle that is about a little village I grew up in called Carisbrooke. And it has church bells in there when I used to do a paper round as I was growing up. And all of my songs, so not only am I a guitar player, I'm a songwriter, so that's why I talk about it. I talk about the dialogue. Songs are important, and I don't want it to be technique based all the time, so everything has to be sort of it has to be represented in the song. So like when I did the first song with Wind Chime, and I was doing all these things around here, it could come across a little bit pretentious, or, you know, I'm just doing it for technique based, but actually it was one of those, I actually mimicked a wind chime and then based the whole song around that, about finding peace. And obviously tracks like The Chain, and I'm going to do another cover to end this. They are sort of just reminiscence, mementos of my childhood, of what I listened to. And I just wanted to trace everything I could from, you know, that track onto 2 instruments without having to use a loop pedal, etc., etc. So yeah, anyway. And for anyone interested, this is in Dagad, good old Dagad. If I'm not in drop C, in that mode, then I'm in Dagad a lot of the time. A lot of Annual, the Yellow album actually was with the Tonewood-Amp was in Dagad. Sweet. Trying to think if there's anything else. Again, I'm using Room. You love new strings, but also going from all the tunings. This is why they suffer. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Sweet, that's called tuning. Lovely, lovely. Oh, Luna's suffering. All right, that'll do. Lovely, lovely. Okay, cool. This is called White, as in I love white. Through the night, circulation slow, and I'm my home of vibe. Breathe the sea, cleanse my inside, now swim deeply. Carry with the tide, Vincent or Quentin, doing someone to the final round. Beat when we come again. Breathe the sea, cleanse my inside, now swim deeply. Carry with the tides, yeah. So, I'm going to do one more for you lovely people. Hope you're all keeping well. Hey Simon, I sometimes do festivals. Obviously not at the moment. It depends. But yeah, I never say no. Depends. And thanks. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, it's good old Cole Clark. She is a beauty, and got a custom made as well. Did a lovely job on it. So. That was nice because they actually fitted the magnetic and the piezo in there, so it's all fitted and there's no earthing and things. All right, so I'm going to do one more for you, if Luna allows me to. Please do let me know if you've got any more questions, anything more. Let's go through and see if I missed anything. Who are your favourite guitarists? You know, who are you influenced by? Let us know. Do you have a favourite tuning? Do you have a favourite guitar, mate? Guitar, you know? So, whilst I let those filter in, I'm going to end with a cover. And as I was growing up, again, listening to my music, listening to my dad's music, that is. Pink Floyd. Let us know if you're a fan of Pink Floyd. I wasn't. And Dark Side of the Moon is my #1 album of all time. Probably because it was brainwashed to me as I was growing up, but it's just an incredible album that I can put on repeat. And one of those tracks that stood out was Money. Now, Money is probably the most commercial track on the album. Wouldn't get into any mainstream charts now. But anyways, so I thought, well, if you break it down, you've got this 7/8 bass, you know, iconic bass line. You've got the beat, which is a 4/4 beat all the way. Oh, it's not 4/4 beat. It's a constant beat all the way through. But then there was a band, I think they called it Double Stars or something. They turned it into a reggae beat when they did their version of Money. And then you've got the Hammond organ, and then you've got the vocal, and then you've got all these elements. So I thought, right, it's one of my dad's favourite tunes. I'm going to try and emulate this, but I didn't want to emulate it with looping and layers and everything as well. I wanted to put it all onto 2 instruments, so guitar and vocal. And I started doing this, and it was probably 2016 on Boxing Day. I took my father-in-law's guitar and started working this thing out, realising that the introduction, if you know this song, obviously you'll know it. If you don't, go and check it out. It's iconic. The introduction of Money has cash registers, so you have to mimic the cash registers. If you don't add the cash registers, you're not playing Money. And I was like, shit. How do I incorporate this? How do I embed this? So I did. Anyway, I went to I heard all these other versions. There was an a cappella version of Money. There was a there was a reggae version of it. So I was just trying to, work out, okay, what version? I'm going to take a piece of this one, piece of this one, piece of this one. And you're just like, right, I would now try and put the cash register together. And then you got to add in the bass, and then you got to add in the beat, and then you got to add in the vocal. So what I'm going to do is there's no looping, it's all natural, it's what I call natural looping. I'm going to do the cash registers with my right hand. And normally I stand up for this as well, so I'm quite sort of, it's like, there's no excuse, I know. But I'm sat on a sofa at the moment, which is probably not the most ideal. I'm going to do the cash registers with my right hand, then I'm going to bring in the bass with my left hand, then I'm going to bring in the beat, then I'm going to bring in the vocal, and try and pour that face like I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, but yeah, you can check out the full version that I did on my Facebook page, I think, or you can go to YouTube, etc., etc. Jon without an H, Hart without an E, Jon Hart, and yeah, you can come and say hello. All right. So let's have a go with this. I'm just going to turn the mic down a little bit, actually. Alright. Also got this little funky thing in here. It's the only track I really use it in, actually. I call it a Guerrero pad because the likes of the legend that is Thomas Lee has a scratch pad on his, and a lot of us guitarists, we were just like, yeah, we want to have a lead scratch pad on there. And then all I did was just add a little Guerrero right here for a thicker sound. So you've got a nice little scratch, and you've got a Guerrero sound there, and it makes it look pretty as well. So anyway, that's what I call it, a Guerrero pad. Okay, this is my version of Money. Ha, there we go. Start to dream, think about me up for change. Money, get back. I'm alright, yeah, keep your hands off of my stack. Monday, it's a hit. Don't give me that bullshit. I'm in a high fidelity, first class traveling steadily. God buy me a slice of my pie. Monday, so they say.
But have you as a parents, no surprise that they're giving none away. Away, away, away.
Yeah, that's it. Whew. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much to Tonewood-Amp for having us guys on board. Not sure who is on next week. Brain's gone, but please do check. I think it's once a week, and yeah, incredible. Thank you so much for having me. And again, if you want to support anything as well, there's a link in the description as well. And if you haven't got a Tonewood-Amp, go and get Tonewood-Amp. I think they're giving off 10% today, so double check everything, and yeah, go and grab one. So guys, thank you so much. You've been legendary, and I'll catch you soon. I'll come in the comments and start getting to know you. All right, take care. See you later. Bye bye.